Okay, so another RealPython quiz. Python variables quiz. Test your understanding of Python variables and object references. The quiz contains 9 questions. So let's start this quiz. See how I go. In Python, a variable must be declared before it is assigned a value. A variable, true. It's false. Variables need not be declared or defined in advance in Python. To create a variable, you just assign it a value. Oh, that's interesting. So if I said equals 10, then the variable is x and the value is 10. 10 has been assigned to x. X is an object and its value is 10. That's saying here in Python variables need not be declared or defined in advance. So the variable is that. To create a variable, you just assign it a value. Yeah. Variables need not be declared or defined in advance. Value, that's the value, and that's the variable. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Don't know about that, but I'm pretty sure they'll be right. Little confusing. Anyway, which of the following statements assigns the value 100 to the variable x in Python? Maybe they meant there was a difference. Maybe there's a difference between declaring and assigning, and maybe that's why I got the previous question wrong. But anyway, which of the following statement assigns the value 100 to the variable x in Python? This one does. So that's an obvious one. In Python, a variable may be assigned a value of one type and then later assigned a value of a different type. That's true. So, an integer you can change to a float, you can change to a string. Consider the following sequence of statements: n equals 300 and m equals n. Following execution of these statements, Python has created how many objects and how many references? Alright, so I think in RealPython, I know before I said that x is an object and 10 is a variable, but I think in RealPython they've explained that actually 10 is the object and x is just a reference to that object. So it's the other way around in RealPython. So I'll go with RealPython, and in this instance n equals 300, so 300 is one object, and both the letters m and n for Nelly both point towards the 300, the object being 300. So there is one object and 2 references. One object, 2 references. One object, 2 references. Yeah, okay, cool. That does clarify things, the way that RealPython look at that. X is a value according to Python Crash Course by Eric Matthews, and 10 is a variable, and I agree that RealPython is right when 10 is also an object and x just points towards the object the object is 10. So there we go. The first statement creates an integer object with value 300, and n is a reference to it. The second statement creates a second reference to the already existing object. So there you go. They're both pointing towards 300. So next question. What Python built-in function returns the unique number assigned to an object? So that's the ID. So if two variables have the same ID, you know they reference the same object. Alright, which of the following are valid Python variable names? That's valid. This is not valid because it starts with a 4, a number, so you can't create a variable name with a number at the start. This one's right, that one's right. This one's not right because that's a that's a function. Actually, return isn't a function. Return's a, what is return? It's not a function, so it's not going to be in here. A, B, C, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, return. No, it's not a function. Return's a, what's it called? A keyword. It's a, yeah, keyword. Oh, what is return? Let's have a look here. What type is return in Python? I think it's just like a built-in keyword. The Python return statement is a special statement that you can use inside a function or method. So it's a special statement. That's what it is. Okay, so going back to here. So return isn't, and v1.3. Gee, I don't know if you, I think you could put point in there. I think that would be valid. I don't think it would be, it might not be in line with the PEP standards, but let's just check. I don't want to get it wrong. V 1.3 equals 9. So print v 1.3. Let's see if it does this. No, okay, so it's not. So yeah, I'll get rid of that one. And I think they're the right ones. So that's all good. Why is it? Version 1.3 is not valid because it contains a character which is not a letter, digit, or underscore. Okay, yeah, great. So I got that one right. You are reading Python code, and these statements appear scattered in different locations throughout the code. Employee number 4398, employee number 4398, employee number 4398. They're all different. They're all different references pointing to the same object, 4398. These statements refer to different variables. These statements refer to the same variable. No, these statements refer to different variables. So check my answer there. Good. All right. Which of the following styles does PEP8 recommend for multi-word variable names? So you can do, well, for variable names, it's distance, it's camel case, and snake case. Well, PEP8 recommends. So PEP8 recommends snake case. I also recommend snake case because I find that easier to read. So that one there is good. Alrighty. Which of the following are Python reserved words, keywords? That's a keyword. That's a keyword. I haven't come across go-to yet. Class. Class. Well, class is a class. I don't think that's reserved though. Python keywords. Let's go to W3 schools and see if class is there. Class is there. Okay. So class is there. I don't think go to. I've never seen go to before. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No. So class is go to is not in default. Yeah. Right, so just class, none, and and. Let's just make sure and is in there. I know and is a something you do in programming, so and is definitely in there, and none should be in there too. Represents a null value. All right, cool. So there we go with that. I'll complete quiz and check my results. So yeah, I got one wrong, didn't I? 88%. All right, so there we go. Hope that helps.